Hi guys, it's Carol Lee with Coaching with Carol Lee. Yeah, it's been a little while, but I've been a little busy. So today I wanted to talk about something that may help you. I know it's helped me, and maybe it'll help your children. Or if you're a teacher, I'm sure you already know all this, but there are really a lot of people that don't know this, don't believe it. So I'm going to tell you, then you'll believe it, because why would I lie, right? Okay, so what I am going to talk about is ADD and ADHD. They seem to be like huge everywhere. I work with youth 8 to 24 years old, and it seems like a lot of the common denominators, obviously everybody's a little different, but it seems like that the ADD, especially ADHD, seems to be something that the parents bring up, and the kids, you could just tell, the way they act and such. So, but why are there so many children with ADHD, and are they all really ADHD? Children are active. Children are going to test you and such. But one example, and I'm only going to give like one part today, which is diet and exercise. Then maybe in a couple days when I get a chance, I'll do another part. That's really bothering me behind me. The switch, I got to get that paint off. It's driving me nuts. Talk about, what do you call it? OCD. Okay. Yeah, it's been there for like a year. So, what was I going to say? So, a lot of it, and I know it's really, really hard because some of these foods are so cheap and they are kids' favorite foods. So if we're dealing with a kid, and even some of us adults, it's our favorite foods because we're in a fast food society. Everything's quick, cook it quick, go out and grab it, have it come to you. So, and a lot of that is really not good. So first, I'll just get into exercise, and you're going to have to go online. I keep playing. You'll have to go online yourself and research deeper into this. I am not a doctor. I'm not going to say everything is, I'm just going by, I went on like WebMD and, everything, the good websites, and then read things and listen to YouTube from people that actually have ADD and, how they cope with it. So, like I said, today is going to be diet and exercise. So, say if you live somewhere, like I'm kind of in the country. My kids could go outside. I could watch them from the porch. I do have woods and a pond beyond. So, yeah, you have to watch your kids. But, I know sometimes it's hard, especially if you're kind of a little depressed yourself and stuff. Get out. And if it's your kid, get your kid outside. Go for a walk. Even if you live in the city, go look at beautiful houses. Say, oh, I love the porch on that house, and oh, I wonder, just make it engaging, make it fun, get them out walking. Like I said, in schools, it's just insane. I'd like to hear from some teachers comment on this if they could. Just how many children there are that are just, they can't sit. So to the exercise, get them out, move them around, all these. They even say, like, the games and stuff, like, play with their mind and make it worse. But I won't even get into that right now. Food. Oh, I know everybody's going to hate me, especially the kids. But the worst foods are things like sugar, artificial dyes, artificial colors. So guess what? That knocks out half of your snacks that you would think, cookies, chips, and even some of your healthy snacks that, back when I did daycare, I'm buying the kids granola bars and blah, blah. Yeah, you got to read the box. They're not all as good as they say they are. They may have all these vitamins, iron, and whatever, but they also have artificial color, artificial sweeteners, red dye, 990,000. Oh, same thing with juices, soda. Oh, gosh, that's bad. Soda's really, really bad. Chocolate, hot dogs, unless you get the, like 100% beef, but even red meat, they say could trigger ADHD. What else? I'm looking at my, oh, geez. Corn, yellow vegetables, I guess. And you're going to have to look into that as to why, because I'm not going to give all the answers. You've got to look for yourself a little bit. But, yeah, yellow things, but bananas are okay. That's one thing, they're good. I mentioned hot dogs, soda, coffee, fast food. So, we're thinking, well, what's left? And there is a lot left. You can go buy a whole chicken and cook it for dinner one night and have chicken and mashed potatoes or something, make a pretty healthy meal. And then guess what? Sometimes you have enough left for making a salad with chicken in it, fettuccine. You want to make it homemade though, because these a lot of your packaged things are not good. I believe macaroni and cheese, I think it was Kraft, was going to come out with no artificial things. I have not double checked that. But all these foods intensify ADHD, and sometimes it even causes the symptoms of ADHD in kids that don't eat those foods, So back to the chicken, one thing I do, you've got enough for several meals there depending on the size of your family. And in the long run, you can make chicken noodle soup, chicken and vegetable soup. You get the kids involved helping you if they're old enough, chopping things up or putting them in the pot of water. Make sure it's cold water, right? But then they get an interest in their veggies and stuff too. Once they start eating things like maybe veggies, carrots or celery or something with maybe a little bit of peanut butter on a plate, they can dip it. Or you can, what do they call that? Ants on a log. You take celery and put peanut butter inside, put a couple raisins on it. It's so much healthier than handing your kid cookies or, talk about ADD and you lose train of your thought and jump all over. But I forgot to mention my worst, oh my God, gag me with a spoon type food, ramen noodles. Oh, ew. And unfortunately, they are so cheap that people with a low income, that's a cheap meal or a cheap, throw hot dogs in it. Oh boy, double whammy, talk about bad. But it's a cheap way to feed your family. So then we have to think about, number one, trying to find better ways to eat and stuff, but why do we keep letting the food industry do this to us, It's like, why can't they make other things? I know a lot of it has to do with farmers and everything, but that's just something that's always in my mind is it's so cheap to eat bad, but so expensive to eat good. But, you can do a lot with that chicken, like I was saying, make soup. Or what I do a lot of times is I boil my chicken bones down after I get all the meat off it, and I freeze whatever meat I'm not using, so I have it for another meal, and then I make bone broth. And you just boil the bones. It has to be for a couple of days, so I do it in a crock pot. And I usually add a bunch of veggies. And that stuff, you drink it in the morning, and you're getting all that good, it's just so good. And it's so good for you. And it will give any kid energy to get going. Another thing, you can buy a big old canister of oatmeal for $2-3, depending where you go, and make homemade oatmeal. Packaged oatmeal is full of junk if you read it. It's got high sugar and everything. I take oatmeal, and it's a little expensive initially, but it lasts like a month or two. Buy a thing of raisins. What else do I do? Raisins, craisins, walnuts, almonds, cinnamon. I put all kinds of junk in my oatmeal. Little hot pepper. I put hot pepper in everything. Bone broth, oatmeal, just a spot. But it really, I think, keeps me healthy, I don't get sick. So, something like that. Have them participate in making their own oatmeal. My grandson went and told his other grandma, I want homemade oatmeal like Grandma Carol Lee's. And Grandma Sherry says, well, what does she do? And he's like, I don't know. She puts a whole bunch of stuff in. And poor Grandma Sherry didn't know. And I said, guess what? That's Grandma Carol Lee's secret. Ha, ha, ha. So Grandma Sherry doesn't know. Sorry, Sherry. I love you. Anyways, so yeah, it takes effort. So you have to make things homemade if you want to save money, but so many things can be used for a couple of meals. If you make a pork roast, you can have one meal out of that, put the rest in the freezer or slice it up, make pulled pork. There's just so much you could do where if you get into making leftovers, stuff like that. And it's so much better than going to McDonald's. I did that the other day for the first time since, I don't even know. Maybe when I broke up with the ex-dude back last June. I don't know. If I went after that, I don't remember. But, with one of my kids, we stopped by there. And it's like, afterwards, it's like, oh, why'd I do that? I just felt like yuck. But, even myself, since I've started getting rid of a lot of this stuff, yeah, I still have chocolate. Sorry. Red meat every now and then. But I feel a lot better, and I've actually probably in the last year dropped about 10 pounds. I kind of go up a couple pounds, down a couple, and then it averages out to where, okay, now I'm staying this low for the most part. So yeah, it's been about 10 or 12 pounds, something like that. And I haven't really done anything but drink my bone broth in the morning. Usually I have oatmeal. Every now and then I have a thing of bacon or whatever. Oh yeah, look at. Because now and then you just gotta, can you see it? Break the rules. So sometimes, every now and then, you gotta break the rules. I had Girl Scout cookies last night. Yeah, and I couldn't stop. I had to, get them out of there. So anyways, those are just a few things. If you can do it, especially if you're dealing with a child. If you're dealing with yourself, you've only got yourself you gotta, convince. Right? But with a child, it might be a little bit sneakier. You might have to say, hey, let's make, I got a recipe for some special breakfast, and you can all make it your own way. And I mean, you could even, I'm not saying you can never have anything, but, you got to be careful. But maybe if you got mini chocolate chips, they could have their little speck of chocolate, but it's only a teaspoon or something instead of a big donut or So anyways, that was just a few things to try. A lot of good things you can eat. Obviously, fruits, vegetables, lean meats. They say yogurt something. One part says they can eat, or one site I've read, yogurt's okay. Another one, it's like, because some kids with dairy, in some of these, like the dairy, it may not affect all kids. But it's a good thing, you could try, if you get on the internet and check the elimination diet. You can one at a time eliminate different things. I would start with sugar. I would start with 3, actually. Sugar, artificial flavor, and artificial color. Those 3, start with that, and I think it might take a couple weeks, but I think you'll see a significant difference in your child or in yourself. So, okay, that's just the nutrition part. And getting out and getting some exercise. And if you read online, it'll explain to you scientifically why exercise is good too. So check it out, dude. All right, it was great talking to y'all. We'll see you in a couple days or a week. It just sort of depends on, I never know what's going on in my life. So, all right, love y'all. Bye.